The wattles! Leopold Crumpet gleams as he looks at Eric Waddle's head. Ah, perfection. Eric turns his head around and around and around. Hello. Well, almost perfection. Leopold Crumpet grabs a smaller tool from his laboratory and jots the bolt. Cluck, cluck, cluck. Thanks, Leopold. I was due for an adjustment. Like new, Leopold says. How's Sylvie? Sylvie and the kids are great. Sylvie's going into the 4th grade and Plutona is going to high school. Eric boasts of his family. Nobody suspects a thing either. Leopold chuckles. It'll be a while for the 20th century to catch up to the future, Eric agrees with him. Remember your assignment for the week, Leopold Crumpet reminds him. Eric leaves a secret laboratory by exiting an elevator that goes up 100 stories from the underground. Eric leaves a glass building in his business suit. Larry, a jolly, rounded-waisted co-worker, waves. Bye, Eric. At home in the rural suburban street in Ohio is where the Waddles live. Mrs. Waddle, Sylvie, turns on the automatic vacuum. The vacuum sucks up dirt like a hungry anteater. Sylvie goes in the kitchen and presses a mix button. The mixer turns on and stirs the potatoes, making them mash. Sylvie turns on the stove by electric remote control. Oven on. The oven tells her, temperature is 350 degrees. It'll take 20 minutes for your lamb stew to cook. Sylvie opens a cookbook from the shelf. Cooking with Ease. She reads it lightning fast. The pages flip from beginning to end. Sylvie reads the ingredients. Let's see. I have pepper, lemon, and garlic. But what is filet of sole? Sylvie looks at her wristwatch. She types in sole. Several words scan until sole pops up from a small screen. Sole. The bottoms of your feet. Sylvia takes her shoe and puts it in the pan. She sprinkles lemon juice on the sole and adds pepper. She tosses the whole garlic clove in. She opens the stove and puts it in the pan. Temperature's 450 and ready for the pan, the stove tells her. Oh, what are you baking there? What is that? What is that thing? Okay, we'll cook it. You make it, we'll cook it. I'm just a stove and I'm just a computer stove. So if you want to eat a shoe for dinner, good luck, lady. There, dinner will be ready when Eric gets home, Sylvie smiles. Oh. Plutona comes in twirling a football on her head. Mom, can I try out for cheerleading? I hear it makes you popular with the boys. Sylvie looks at her daughter and grabs the football off her head. You have to twirl in the air, not twirl a football. Oh, I knew something wasn't quite right, Plutonia says. Remember the rules. No humans, Sylvie tells her. But boys are so cute at Hamilton High, Plutonia exclaims dreamily. You're to follow Professor Coons' lectures, Sylvie reminds her. He's old and boring, Caitlin says. She's to decide if you get accepted into that fancy school, Sylvia says. Oh, I didn't see what's the big deal. He teaches the lectures to the kids on dreary subjects like beginner's Latin. Try not to let the other kids know you know all 12 languages, okay? Okay, Mom. Sylvia walks in with a book on her head. 1, 2, 1, 2, Sylvia repeats. What are you doing? Plutonia inquires. I was told good reading helps me to be a model, and it doesn't hurt with the girls, Cecil remarks. You just need to be tall and good looking, Plutonia wisecracks. Oh, presses a button and he stretches himself until he reaches 7 foot. Cecil doesn't stop. His head hits the ceiling. Wop, wop, wop. He goes right through the ceiling. Pieces of the ceiling crumble down. The robot gets hit with dry board and starts going in a circle. Smoke blows from the robot. The smoke fumes. A spark of light comes out of the robot. Dinner is ready, the stove says. No one's paid attention to dinner with Cecil's head rolling around making noises. Hey, hey, hey. Eric comes home. Hello, everyone. What's for supper? The robot races up to his foot and sucks it in. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Eric is hopping around, tries to grab his foot back from the automatic robot vacuum cleaner. Honey, get this vacuum robot off my foot. Hi, Dad, Plutonia said. She does a karate kick and the robot spits dust and then circles around to a halt. Smoke is blazing from the kitchen and drifts into the living room. Dinner is now well done, the stove complains. It will soon be charred if you don't come and get this food. I'm afraid to ask, but what is that smell? Eric asks. Filet of sole, Sylvie smiles. As she takes the pan out of the oven, she walks up to Eric with a smoldering shoe. It was a good try, honey. Can we eat out tonight? Plutonia asks. Eric, I'm hungry from some oil, Sylvie says. Somebody get me down here, Cecil says as he's dangling from the chandelier on the ceiling. Eric's hand grows until he reaches Cecil and pulls him down. Eric opens up his belt. Some power tools come out. The tools start buzzing and cleans up the whole ceiling. There, all better. Not tonight. Professor Coon is coming over for dinner, Eric tells her. We need to appear normal, very normal, so the kids can get into that fancy school. Well, what do we do now? Sylvie asks. Well, my coworker Larry says he orders pizza all the time. You get 2 sides and a coupon good for 2 liters of Coca-Cola with each pizza, Eric says. Pizza? Cabana? Or pizza teasers? Sylvie asks. Surprise us. Just put a lot of oil in mine. My neck is bugging me, Eric said. Oh, it's so stiff. Petunia is doing somersaults in the air. Just practicing, Dad, for cheerleading. Petunia spins and spins. I take it down a notch, Eric tells her. Hours later, the doorbell rings. Ding dong, ding dong. Professor Coon and a savvy older gentleman wearing a hat, scarf, and gloves is at the door. Hello. Sylvie's dressed in a cocktail ruffled dress opens the door. Sylvie curtsies and lets Professor Coon in. Please come in, Mr. Professor Coon. Oh, thank you, as he takes off his gloves and hat and sits on the couch. I'll get some overts. Make yourself comfortable. Eric will be right down. Overts? Hors d'oeuvres. Petunia walks up with a silver tray with a punch bowl filled with bubbly Coca-Cola. Soda, Professor Coon? No soda, but I'd love some punch. Petunia looks confused. She sets down the tray of sodas. She curls up her fists and smacks Professor Coon right in the jaw. Coon lies unconscious on the couch. Zap! Pow! Eric walks downstairs. Professor Coon is lying on the couch. Please make yourself at home. Yes, no problem if you want to lie on our couch. Eric sits down. He sips on a soda. Sylvie walks in with hors d'oeuvres. She has a side of mashed potatoes, coleslaw, and green beans. Who wants mash? Sylvie asks. Cecil runs in the room in his knickers. I want coleslaw. The hydrogenated oil is good for my wires. Sylvie, don't be rude and say hello to the professor. Cecil bends down and lowers his head into the unconscious professor. Nice to meet you. Sort of a quiet man, I'd say, huh, Dan? Very pleasant with agreeable manners, Eric replies. The doorbell rings. Ding dong, ding dong. I'll get it, Petunia gleefully says. She gets up from the chair and answers the door. Hello. A Cabana pizza boy is holding 2 hot pizzas, 2 towering infernos, extra hot sauce. Sorry I was late. Petunia looks puzzled. She opens her mouth and blows out fire. Fire blasts out of her mouth towards the pizza boy. The Cabana pizza boy drops the pizzas and races off shouting, just take the pizza, lady, will ya? Oh, what a nice boy, Petunia says as she takes the pizzas inside. The pizza's finally here. Sylvia takes the pizzas and opens the box. Eric takes the chicken wing sauce and eats all the greasy oil. Sylvie takes the cheese and sprinkles it on her hinges. So yummy. Cecil sucks the tomato sauce up his nose. A little salty. I hope I don't get rusty before I meet a girl. Petunia picks at her food. Professor Coon doesn't seem to be too hungry. Can I have his pizza, Mom? The pizza is just sitting in front of Professor Coon, who is lying on the couch still. They don't realize he's been knocked out from the punch. Sure, dear. It's not nice to waste good calcium. Petunia chews the pizza and spits out the crust. I love cheese. Professor Coon starts to move. Oh, ow, my jaw. Oh, he feels this sore spot on his chin. I know what you mean, Eric tells him. He fills his bolts and greases it with a piece of chicken from the pizza. There, much better. Professor Coon looks at Eric quizzically. Eric passes the chicken to Professor Coon. Try it. It does wonders. Eric puts it on Coon's jaw. Amazing. It's getting the spot. Yes, that does feel good, Professor Coons tells him. I have triple layer fudge cake and banana monkey bread for dessert, Sylvie tells him. I just have a few questions to ask for the paperwork, Professor Coon tells him. Petunia, where did you say you went to school before coming here? Satellite Middle School, Petunia boasts. That's good. Is it at a credit school, did you say? Professor Soon asks. He scribbles stuff down on the paper. I'd say it's far out of my league, you know of? Petunia tells him. Good.
or far out as you young kids like to say, you'd be ready for the advanced classes. I'll put you in Professor Nelson's class. Professor Coon writes down more stuff. It says here you're proficient in several languages.
Oh, languages are easy. It's just emotions I don't understand.
I, too, have a hard time with the Romance languages. You'll be just fine. Coon turns to little Cecil. So, 3rd grade, huh?
Will there be pretty girls in my class?
A ladies' man, huh? I hear you like to build things with your hands.
At my old school, we built rocket ships and spaceships. It was easy.
You know how kids are. My boy wants to be a scientist.
He uses a lot of Legos, right, son? Legos? We didn't use Legos.
I'll put him in Mrs. Darcy's class. She's great with drills.
Sylvie walks in with a monkey and a cake. The monkey runs around the room and jumps up on the chandelier. He swings back and forth, making fun. Ooh, 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 ah, 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 ooh, ooh, ooh.
Eric looks in alarm.
Oh, this is our pet monkey, Bananas.
Platunia helps cover up for her dad. Yeah, he brought him back from his trip to Africa. The monkey swings back and forth, and he jumps up and down and grabs Professor Coon's briefcase. His glasses fall off.
Hey, give me that back, Professor Coon screams. Ooh, 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 ah, 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 monkey, the banana. The Bananas. Hey, Bananas, give him back his case.
Sylvie screams in a high-pitched tone only animals can hear. Yee! The monkey drops the briefcase.
Cecil, can you take Bananas out for a walk?
What? Oh, of course, Mother dear, Cecil says. He grabs the monkey with his long arm and takes him out back. Professor Coon straightens out his glasses and puts them back on. Sylvie, ask the professor if he'd like a piece of cake. Will you? Oh, here's some cake. I thought you'd never ask. Professor eats the cake. You know, Sylvie, you should enter our annual pie contest, he says as he devours the cake. His stomach grumbles. Rumble, grumble, grumble. You don't mind if I use your restroom, Professor Coon asks hurriedly. Sylvie shows him a room with a bed. Professor Coon looks around. Where's the toilet? Coon asks.
Oh, at the gas station, Sylvie smiles.
Coon's stomach rumbles louder. Oh dear, Eric walks up. My wife means our toilet is broken. We just moved in and all. Well, I believe I got my paperwork done. You don't mind if I head off?
I take mine off every night before I go to bed.
Professor Coons laughs. He shakes Eric's hands. You're such a kidder. Well, I don't know what he's kidding about. I do take my head off. He takes his glasses off and wipes the sweat from them. Mrs. Wattles, I must get the cake recipe for my wife.
It's easy. Chocolate chips, flour, eggs, and sugar.
Sylvie holds up a box of chocolate laxatives.
I just love chocolate, don't you?
Professor Coon puts his glasses back on, especially Belgian chocolate.
Oh, yeah, we must go there soon, Eric says.
Well, good night and welcome to Hamilton County. Professor Coon leaves as fast as he can. And with a queasy stomach, the Wattles celebrate. They turn on the anti-gravity force and all float up around the house.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Oh, I think we're going to blend in just right.
Enjoy more enchanting book readings and like, subscribe, and we appreciate your generous donations and support. The end.